Newcastle has gone ahead to beat Man United at Old Trafford by 2-0, and Newcastle are really continuing to obviously put in a very huge show. And for the man known as Alexander Isak, he's really having a run of games and is really scoring for fun in the Premier League. Today, he has gone ahead to obviously score his 12th Premier League goal of the Premier League season of 2024-2025. 4 assists, 12 goals. That is Alexandria Isak for you, and is putting in the record shift all together for the team. So smash like button, comment and share if you're watching us for the very first time, and never to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we upload in on a day. I've been watching Gary Neville, and he came up and said that Isak is the best centre forward in the league as per now, and I tell you, he's 100% right about it, because who can really match the levels of this guy? No one can. And I tell you, Isak is really on fire. And I tell you what, he scored in just the 4th minute. It was an easy header into the back of the net. And I tell you what, it's not gonna be the same, you know, and things are really turning out bad for the club of Manchester United. And let's talk about Newcastle. Newcastle has been having a very good run of games, and even the match reaction I did for the club, for the club of Arsenal, I indicated that towards the end of that video, I talked about Man United facing Newcastle, and I was like, it's really gonna be a loss for the club of Manchester United, and I gave you my reason as to why I thought it was like that. And Newcastle has been really having a very good run in of games. You know, last weekend, it was the 26th of December. I think it was Thursday. They beat Aston Villa by 3-0. 21st December, they had beaten Newcastle by 4-0. 14th December, they beat Leicester City by 4-0. And so their last 4 games have been maximally won, and they've collected maximum points, and those maximum points are 12, and that takes them to a better position into the table as the side of Newcastle. And other teams have also gone ahead to play today. The likes of Chelsea have gone ahead to play, and guess what? Chelsea have been beaten by Ipswich at the stadium of Ipswich by 2-0. So things are not really good for these either sides, and I'm really going to be bringing you everything. But Alexander Isak in particular is really showing more intent, and I think I'm going to be doing a video of him, and as to why they're going to obviously say he's worth £150 million, because a striker like him, he has to go for that match. He's really on fire. One of the strikers that I really love to see, and I enjoy watch him play his beautiful game of football. We are powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. And if at all you're really watching us for the very first time, please check out Mono Gadgets. They have brand new phones and brand new laptops. They also have used phones and used laptops. You understand? And they have gone ahead to obviously find themselves in a position of also having affordable smartwatches. Call them on +256 70 99 88 665. So Newcastle have gone ahead to beat Man United, and I don't have a lot to say about that game, because it was written all over the world that United was going to lose. And let me obviously drop the stats for you here, and go to the game of Chelsea and what it means, and then show you the table. Ipswich, Man United had 10 shots, Newcastle had 12. 1 shot on target by Man United, 4 shots on target by the club of Newcastle. 53% ball possession by Man United, 47% ball possession by Newcastle. 575 passes completed by Man United, 509 passes completed by Newcastle. 86% passing accuracy by Man United, 85% passing accuracy by Newcastle. 13 fouls by Man United and 8 fouls by Newcastle. 1 yellow card to each side, no red cards issued to either sides. 1 offside to Man United and 4 offsides to Newcastle. 2 corners to the side of Manchester United, and 3 corners to the side of Newcastle. But Newcastle won their game early enough. 4th minute, Alexander Isak. 19th minute, there came in, was it the 14th or 19th? I think the 14th. Joelinton went ahead, obviously, beyond target and headed that ball into the back of the net. So that is exactly what went ahead to happen at the club of Manchester United Stadium, known as Old Trafford, as things unfolded like that. Newcastle have gone ahead to win, and they're really cruising, and they're really doing great. Let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea have been beaten by Ipswich 2-0. Liam Delap scoring a penalty in the 12th minute, and Omari Hutchinson, the former Arsenal player, came up and obviously scored in the 53rd minute to make it 2-0 for the club of Ipswich. And they've gone ahead to get their first home win in this season since they returned their return to the Premier League. Now, Ipswich had 9 shots, Chelsea had 20. 6 shots on target by Ipswich, 5 shots on target by Chelsea. 24% ball possession by Ipswich, 76% ball possession by Chelsea, 226 passes completed by Ipswich, 722 passes completed by Chelsea, 64% passing accuracy by Ipswich, and 90% passing accuracy by Chelsea. 9 fouls by Ipswich, 5 fouls by the side of Chelsea. 4 yellow cards to both sides. No red cards was issued to either Ipswich and Chelsea. 0 offsides to Ipswich and 2 offsides to Chelsea. 4 corners to Ipswich and 7 corners to the side of Chelsea. And Chelsea have gone ahead not to win a game of football in their previous games they've gone ahead to play. And that is really very shocking, you know. I think they lost to Everton and they had drawn to, I think they drew with Everton, and they went ahead, obviously, got beaten by Fulham. So they've not gone ahead, obviously, win a game of football in their previous 3 Premier League games. Everton 0-0. Fulham beat them by 2-1. Ipswich has beaten them by 2-0, and they're gonna be paying a visit to Crystal Palace on the 4th of January. It's not really looking good for this side. Let's go to Aston Villa, and then we wrap it up with how they've gone ahead to draw, and then wrap it up with how the table is really looking. Now, we are having Villa has drawn with Brighton. Their manager was really all over the moon, and it was like, we have to obviously make this a killing ground, you know, but they failed to obviously continue doing that. And it has been Simon Adingra in the 12th minute. Then Oli Watkins scored a penalty in the 36th minute. Morgan Rogers gave them a lead in the 47th minute, and then Tariq Lamptey leveled in the 81st minute of the game to make it 2-2, and that's how they went ahead, obviously, play into that game of football for the full 90 minutes. And how were the stats of this game? They were as follows: 20 shots by Aston Villa, Brighton had 13. 4 shots on target by Aston Villa and 4 shots on target by Brighton. 60% ball possession by Aston Villa, 40% ball possession by Brighton. 477 passes completed by Aston Villa, 319 passes completed by Brighton. 84% passing accuracy by Aston Villa, 80% passing accuracy by Brighton. 9 fouls by Aston Villa and 14 fouls by Brighton. 2 yellow cards to the side of Aston Villa and 3 yellow cards to the side of Brighton. Then 0 red cards issued to both sides. 2 offsides to the side of Aston Villa and 0 offsides to Brighton. 12 corners to the side of Aston Villa and 3 corners to the side of Brighton. Now, this is how the table is really looking like. You understand? After these results have gone ahead to come in through, shockingly, it's Nottingham Forest second. You get? Nottingham Forest is second. And Liverpool, 18 games played, 45 points. Nottingham is second, 19 games played. They're having 37 points. Arsenal is having 18 games played. They're having 36 points. And I tell you what, Arsenal, if they win tomorrow, that is on the 1st of January 2025, they'll find themselves in a situation of really being 6 points behind Liverpool. And I told you that they play on the 4th, and if at all they beat Brighton away, then they'll obviously be 3 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool plays against Man United, a team that has gone ahead obviously lose its points in haven't gone ahead to win a game in the previous 4 games they've gone ahead to play. Chelsea, they are 4th, 35 points. Newcastle are 5th, 32 points. Man City are 6th, 31 points in 19 games. Bournemouth having 30 points in 19 games. Fulham are having 29 points in 19 games, and Aston Villa is 9th with 29 points. It shows you that it's really gonna be a heated up race in there for you. So that's what I had for you. But in the game of Man United, my man of the match is Bruno Guimaraes. Though I've gone ahead to see other people giving it to this guy called Bruno Guimaraes. They've given it to Alexandra Isak, but I believe Bruno Guimaraes has gone ahead obviously look better and better. Bye bye.